I'm so excited about my next guest, Barbie Ferreira. She is on the show Euphoria, Sunday nights at 10 o'clock on HBO. Is without a doubt one of my favorite shows of the season, the year, whatever you call it. Barbie, how are you, girlfriend?
I am so good. I lost my voice, which is a great time to do radio.
I gotta say, you sound kind of sexy.
Oh, I love that.
I know. My voice has been sounding like I'm smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day. Unfortunately, I am. But along with the allergies, so we both sound great today. Thank you so much for being here. I got to tell you, I've been talking about this show since it's come on, and I'm like, anyone I meet, I'm like, have you seen Euphoria? Have you seen Euphoria? It's so well done. I know there's some controversy about it, but besides that, I fucking love it. You have to be so proud to be on this show.
Thank you. It is truly a dream come true. Like, I actually could not create like a better circumstance to like start acting than Euphoria. Like, it's truly just the most incredible experience.
Did you say start acting?
Yes. This is like I guess it's like my second acting job. I did a little like, episodic moment, but this is like my first time kind of
God, you're so lucky. Mine was fucking Baywatch.
That is so iconic. That is so
nuts.
Yes, it is.
It's so embarrassing, but I want to talk about you. Has anyone told you that Leonardo DiCaprio is a big fan of the show?
Oh, absolutely. The moment I saw that video, I made T-shirts that had his quote in it to get to everyone in the cast.
You're my hero. Tell me what he said.
Oh, and I quote, "I just saw Euphoria, which is amazing, ... That show is amazing. Leonardo DiCaprio."
Oh my God. Can I buy one of those?
Absolutely.
we for those of people who haven't seen the show yet, can you describe your character and a little bit what the show's about?
Sure. I play Kat Hernandez, who is a junior in high school, and she's a fan fiction writer. She's like kind of a cynical, funny, kind of like a Thora Birch from Ghost World, which was like a lot of like what I was referencing because I thought that like Kat would just love like cult classic movies and whatnot. And she goes through this very interesting journey through finding herself through her sexuality online. And she has a little transformation.
Boy, does she. I mean, talk about an incredible turn for an actress. You dream from those.
I know, it was really fun. And it was just, I got to play so many different things in one, like even the little fantasy scenes. I got to like, have like a Khaleesi look. And it was honestly like playing dress up, and it was the best time.
And so you're what, 22, 23?
I'm 22.
Okay, playing a high schooler. And when I was watching your scenes, because your character winds up becoming a cam girl, and I was like, as a mom, I was like, oh my God, I wonder if my daughter read the script to me and she told me she was doing this show, I'd be like, oh my God. What were any people around you, like your inner circle, saying?
Oh, everyone was into it. Like, my mom is this very like funny Brazilian loud lady who like is very sexually free and like does not have a filter whatsoever. So this is like perfect for her. She's like she's watching it with her boyfriend, her entire friend group, like here in New York, without me, just watching it and like FaceTiming me and being like, my grandma actually said she's so cute after watching it for the first time.
Oh, I love it.
She completely just ignored the sex scenes.
One thing I love is your confidence that your character has, and I'm sure you've been complimented about it, but I'm like, I love it. The transformation of you just being confident in your own sexuality. And then there was a scene where your first cam girl experience where this guy pops up on the screen and he's got a micro penis and you burst out laughing. And I was like, oh my God, I can totally relate. I remember laughing at a micro penis once or twice.
It was a genuine laugh. I was looking at that micro penis prosthetic through a laptop. So yes, I did laugh, and it was real.
How do you micro penis do a prosthetic for a micro penis?
We had this person who made all the dicks on the show, and he I would frequently see him like spraying like a very hyper realistic penis like in the early morning in the trailer. So there was a guy, there was the dick guy.
I mean, there's a lot of dicks on this show, which I appreciate because it's about time we see more dicks on the show. Is there a dick count right now? Where are we at?
Honestly, I don't know, but I'm sure it's like 50 plus at this moment. That's a guesstimate.
I know, right? Then there's you do have a sex scene.
Yes.
In the show, and I've had to do a plethora of them being Playboy. And it's always so awkward and weird. Was it weird at all for you, considering it's your second acting job?
It was weird in a way where watching it after is weird. During it wasn't so weird for me. There was a couple moments, like there was the one where it's like a very small one where like it's like the recording of Kat losing her virginity. I had to make extra noises, and that one I was like, oh, I have to go home and just like repent my sins after that one, because it was like we had to amp up the noises, which of course with like everyone just listening,
right,
was a little crazy.
You're right. I when I had to do it, I just looked at the guy in disgust. They're like, we have to do that again, Jenny. I mean, the scenes then. I mean, how do I describe it? Did you go into those, even like your cam girl stuff with, like, did you do homework? Did you research on cam girls?
Well, the thing is, I'm familiar with cam girls because I have a lot of friends who are sex workers, and it was almost the opposite, where I had to like go into this world as if I'm a 16-year-old girl who like has no idea about like micro penis shaming, which unfortunately I was very aware of before. So I was
We'd be friends. We'd totally be friends, Barbie.
I love this. No, but yeah, I was like, okay, how do I like go back to like not knowing any of these like weird fetish things that people love, and like literally genuinely just having a reaction of like, this is a thing, humiliation is a thing. So instead of like doing research, I actually did the opposite, where I was just like, let me dial it back.
Oh, that's amazing. And then can you tell me, because you're closer to this high school era than of course I am 80 years ago. Is it that, I don't want to use the word bad, but I have to, like, in terms of like the drugs and the sex, and is that really what's going on in high school? Because I've just been around special needs kids, so I don't fucking know.
Well, I think high school with the internet is like a very different ballgame. And of course there's like, I think it's like very special circumstances in which people are overusing it. And of course, I think there's also like an epidemic of just like overprescription, like overprescribing, you know, like a lot of drugs to kids. And that can cause like, you know, them to be, you know, they like what Rue did. Like Rue was overprescribed when she was a kid, and then like now uses it to kind of escape and whatnot, and recreationally. So I think there's definitely like an increase in that. Like I see a lot of like teenagers who are on like a lot of Adderall or a lot of like, you know, things like that, and they kind of can go south, but it also can just be really good. So it's basically just like a commentary on like what happens when our society is just overinformed, over-sexualized, overly policed as well, like
Overly prescribed.
Yeah, overly prescribed. Exactly.
Yep. I mean, the fact that, you know, most of them are probably taken out of their parents' cabinet too.
Exactly. It's like it's readily available in a way, and I think that, you know, Rue's struggle can like really reaches a lot of people and can really touch them.
The show is done so well. Sam Levinson, he created the show, and he wrote all the episodes. This is all from his mind? Did he do homework? Does he have an experience with his family, or what? Where did this come from?
Well, Sam is a genius, and he had addiction problems when he was a teenager. So Rue is like pretty much directly based off his life, and I almost feel like every character is like an aspect of him, and he talks to us and like calls us for hours and asks us about our life, and we're very much like in a collaborative relationship with him, where he's open to listening to us because we're the ones who live, you know, we're closer to high school age. We can inform things that like maybe he wouldn't be aware of, but like still have the essence of like what the story is about. And he's also just like really good at keeping up with like YouTube and stuff. So he knows the kids. It's really crazy.
It is crazy. And then, you know, I download the episodes, and then I'm watching it on my iPad on the plane, and I'm like, oh my God, can the guy next to me see what I'm watching right now?
I literally turn down the volume in my own home with anything. Like, and I like literally don't have any like neighbors like next to me, and I still just like, I can't. I live next to a church, so I'm just like, I don't need them to know what I'm doing.
Right? What do people say when fans of the show, they come up to you? What is the normal reaction?
I just think people really feel like an emotional connection to it, which I think is so special. Like, I think especially people who like love Kat, I think I see myself in them all the time, where it's like young girls who are like experimenting with their looks and like really trying to just find validation within themselves and like despite what, you know, society says is the beauty standard, they're going against it and like being like super cute about it too.
Totally. And then your character writes fan fiction, which I think is a great layer to this.
Yes.
You hide behind this amazing character, and the stories that they show a little bit of, I'm like, oh my God, that's so amazing. Mm-hmm. I mean, right now Instagram is removing like counts on some posts. Having that, fame on the internet with writing fan fiction, how do you feel about that? What would your character do?
I think Kat uses it as a creative outlet, and getting messages and all that would be something that I think is more like she's looking for a community online. So I feel like she would be a little bit upset that her likes aren't high. I mean, yes, but I feel like the way that I use the internet too is almost like a secret. It was like I want no one to find out about this. I'm gonna write this erotic fan fiction and be really dirty and explore anonymously sex online and do all this stuff, and I hope no one finds out.
It's so well done. Have you gotten any angry social media posts from any One Direction fans?
Yes, but I, as an ex-One Direction fan, still a One Direction fan, I can see where they're coming from. Seeing something that's so accurate on television about what you did, and it might that can be uncomfortable for people. So I understand where they're coming from, but
what are they saying?
They're just trying to protect Harry and Louis. That's literally what they're trying to do. It's so cute. It really is adorable. I'm I totally feel you. You guys really love these boys. I get it. I really do.
Right, just sticking up for him. So, McKay, Cassie, Jules, Rue, Nate, Maddie, what couple are you rooting for the most?
Rules, always. Rue and Jules are the most wholesome, tender,
right,
gorgeous, and also problematic. I'm not going to let that go. But when they are just together, the connection is so cute.
It is so cute, isn't it? I think, of course, they did such a great job that the audience is rooting for them to be together.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Who do you think is the most toxic?
Oh, Nate. Nate.
Nate is fucked up.
He's horrible. He's a horrible, horrible guy. Very weird dude.
I mean, they do a good job of showing the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
I know. And I think the cycle of abuse is really shown in that. And I think it's his storyline, as even though he's horrible and I hate him, his storyline is so interesting, and I think is a really good commentary on fathers and sons and how they communicate and the lack of communication and how the cycles of it just continue.
100%, and the pressure of perfection.
Yeah.
And then how he tries to protect his dad. I mean, it's
just weird love-hate with his dad, and
yes.
I think my favorite part is when they're when Rue is narrating and they're he had a pretty good relationship to his dad, and they're at the gun range just shooting, not saying a single word, not making eye contact, and
totally.
I'm oof, I felt that.
I do feel it. And there's a fair amount of toxic masculinity on the show. I mean, has anything changed? Has your view changed on men?
I always had a very strong opinion on men. So I think I've been thinking more about why people do bad things a lot, more, or not bad things, but why people hurt others a lot, and kind of seeing how that cycle continues, and it's really hard to break, and you can't hold everyone is susceptible to having that happen to them. So maybe 100%. A little more compassion.
It's true. I mean, I would teach my son that. I'm the bullies are actually the ones that are hurting inside.
Oh yeah, it's always true.
It's true. And then, I mean, I went to an all-girl Catholic school, and it was hell for me. The bullying was horrible. Did you experience any?
Yeah, when I grew up in Queens, and I was this very visibly different kid. I was very emo. I would dye my hair different colors at 10. I'd wear really bad eyeliner, and I would cry all the time in front of people. So,
you were truly
emo. I was bullied.
And then did it affect you, or did you use it in a positive way as you got older?
I think it affects me every day still. I think a lot of it is, a lot of the childhood bullshit that you forget, and you're I'm a new person now. It creeps up in the weirdest ways, and therapy is great for that.
I love it.
I love therapy.
And I can't imagine being your age, even though I started off early myself, but we didn't have social media back then. How do you deal with the trolls?
I've been on the internet since I was way too young, 11. So I know the dynamics of trolling. I feel people just troll everyone, and I keep that mindset. At first it was really hard, when I was 16 and modeling. and like people were like very mean to me, and I was like, what's going on? Like everyone like must think I'm like worse, whatever. But a lot of the time I just realized like people are anonymously on the internet to like have an opinion, you know?
Yeah.
And trolls for me, I don't really like ever really pay attention to it. I mean,
Smart.
Yeah, it's like at this point I'm just like, go ahead.
I know, I'm like, next, swiping. Drake is one of the executive producers on the show.
Yes.
I found that out. I was like, what? He follows you on Instagram? I mean, is there like a rap party that he's going to come to? Has he been on set?
Well, there was the premiere party. He was DJing. Yes, he was.
Oh my God. My Alexa in my house will only play Drake for some reason. I would die. Was it so fun just to have him be part of it?
Oh, yeah, it was really fun. I think, you know, everyone was there and it was just like this. It was like just a celebration. It was like, because it was a long production schedule. I think it was like, we like worked on it for like a year, like 8 months long, like
wow,
consecutively. And we're just like, we did it. We survived.
Do you think there'll be a season 2, I hope?
We just got renewed for
season 2. I'm so grateful. I cannot wait to see where your character goes to. It's one of my favorites to watch, and you do such an amazing job with it.
Thank you so much. That means so much to me. Oh my God.
Oh my God. I'm so blown away by you. I can't believe it's your second acting job. Barbie, Sunday nights, you guys, at 10 o'clock on HBO, Euphoria. Please check it out. I promise you the show is done so well. Despite anyone's, worries, the show, it's a solid fucking show. So tune in. Thank you so much. Come back anytime.
Oh, I will be here.
And tell Drake, my Alexa says, what's up?
I will.
See you later, girlfriend.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. We'll be right back, you guys.
Jenny McCarthy Show. Oh!